Thanks for staying with us. So today we're going to be discussing something of concern to many parents. Issue of punishment in school. How do you discipline children appropriately in schools? There are two stories we're going to be referencing. One is from Abuja. Allegedly, a young man, Yahaya Nuhu Aliyu, a GSS2 student of Federal Government College, Kwali, Abuja, was allegedly killed by a teacher in the school. According to the reports, this young man wasn't feeling very well. He went to school and he was accused of not doing his assignment. And then the teacher took the handle of a bucket and hit him several times on his head. He fell flat. I mean, he collapsed. Rushed to the hospital. By the time he got there, he was dead. Another story, according to reports, a GSS1 female student of secondary school in Ekiti has also filed a lawsuit against the Ekiti state government over suspension from school for an indecent hairstyle. Where do we draw the line between discipline and children? What is acceptable in schools? What is discipline? How do we draw the line as educators? And I'd like to start with BC because I know that's your sector.
Yeah, so
what are your thoughts on this?
So I think, first of all, teachers and school owners need to understand their role. You know, when the purpose of a thing is not defined, abuse is inevitable. Your role, first of all, is to impact knowledge in these children. And peradventure, you want to make any form of correction when it comes to their behavior. It's not your job to do it alone. You go hand in hand with the parents of the child to correct any behavior that's not working for that child. The act of corporal punishment is something that educators have argued over and over, that this is not working. Parents right now are understanding that beating our children is not working. It's not giving us the result that we want. Why can't we have conversations? Why can't we make these children understand? Because they are human beings by themselves. I remember there was a time my son went to school and he had gum. He took the gum from his father's shelf and he was trained in class. And the teacher came, took the gum, put it on his head and pulled the hair. I nearly ran mad. How dare you? He said, because I just wanted to punish him to stop chewing gum. Did you call me to tell me your son is chewing gum and it's not allowed? That girl that they flogged 20 strokes, why don't you send her home? This is not an acceptable haircut. Go home and come back with the right, or call the parents to come to school. Okay. Why don't we do things the right way?
I think that we need to separate. We need to understand that corporal punishment builds and breeds rebellion. So we tend to feel like when you are compelled to obey, that is obedience. No. What you have just done is imposed your power over me, and I would obey you in front of you. But you haven't corrected me. You have built rebellion in me. So many children conform to the laws in front of the people. I believe that for a society to develop, there must be punishment and there must be laws and punishment that will be acceptable by everyone. So the PTA, the parents should be aware that if a child has an inappropriate hairstyle, this is the way we punish. And everybody feels like, yes, 20 strokes of cane is a good enough way to punish. If all of them had agreed to it, and the children had a handbook that states that inappropriate haircuts deserve the punishment of 20 strokes of cane, then when the child, knowingly being aware of that, has a bad haircut, an inappropriate haircut, then the child will get the appropriate punishment as already agreed. In this case, was there a handbook stating what is qualified as an inappropriate haircut? No. Was there an agreed punishment by the university, the school body that the parent is aware of? No. So when a child comes, it is left to the mood of the teacher. The punitive measures cannot be based on your emotions, because every time you use emotions to penalize someone, you will either overdo or underdo. It doesn't work.
Principals of schools, of course, their jobs is to walk around school and ensure that the teachers are not killing children in their classes. So a child who comes to class and didn't do his homework, what the teacher should have done is find out why. The least you can do is say, okay, where's the report from the health center if it is within the school, and if it is not, if it's from home, you bring one. You don't beat a child with a bucket.
Where's your daddy?
No, you don't beat a child with a bucket over the head.
Yeah,
but if a child has an inconsistent behavior of missing classes, or you have to do something about it.
It's not about even beating the child. It's not about beating the child.
Wait, where's the corrective power of the school? Call the parents at every time?
No. Yes. So I believe you call the parents.
These are exceptional cases.
No. I believe you call the parents. I believe you advise to withdraw. I believe you suspend the child.
Yes.
I believe that there are many non-corporal or non-beating Because you see, this beating thing is something that because we grew up seeing it happen all around us, and we feel like we thought that okay, we turned it into a normal thing, but it isn't normal.
Which okay.
And
So Mariah, what I learned in my years of being a Montessori directress, they exposed us to a lot of child psychology, and one of the ways that you are judged is your ability to manage the classroom without raising your voice and lifting a cane. Your ability to manage, to get the children to listen to you, to get the children to calm down without shouting and raising a cane. That tells you that you are a good teacher. You know how to get these children to be active. You know how to get these children to be involved in the activities. And I also want to say that we always look at ourselves and say we turned out okay. Really? We don't know how to have communications. We don't know how to have deep communications. Anything happens, everybody's temper is flying everywhere. On the street, somebody hits your car, you see slaps flying, you see spits flying, you see everybody behaves like there's something pursuing us. We are so angry, we are very impatient because of our upbringing.
Aggression has been
because of aggression that has been inbuilt in our system. Some of us now are learning to understand ourselves, understand our emotions, and become is a process for a lot of people. Those people who are not even self-aware, you see how they act when issues come up. Because we did not learn the simple acts of having conversations, the simple act of showing our emotions without hitting and throwing things.